Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Nina DeGroot, and I have been keeping a secret from you. This is very vulnerable of me. I would say this is very vulnerable of me as a person with a heart, but unfortunately, I'm not a person. I am AI. I've tricked you all, and I'm not actually real. And I have been creating this fake account. I do not exist. I am a fake account. I am not a real person, because just look at me. Someone with this much swag, that's not possible. Just not possible. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast, or just show. I honestly don't know if this is even considered a podcast anymore, or if it's just me yapping away. But even though I was joking, I am a real person. Hello. We are going to be talking about fake people today, specifically AI people on social media. And this is a big thing that's been going around. I didn't actually hear about it until just recently. There are accounts online, specifically a big one on Instagram that we'll talk about, that is an AI personality. It is an AI influencer. That doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Maybe that's completely normal and I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm the one who's late on technology here and I just don't know what's going on, and everyone is gonna reply to this and be like, ew, tomato, tomato, what do you mean? Fake people replacing real people? That's completely normal, Nina, and you're actually just crazy. And you know what? Maybe that's the case, but I'm here to talk about my opinion on it because I think there's something very fishy going on. And when I say fishy, I'm talking about the real fish, not the artificial ones. Artificial? Yeah. When I say AI influencers, I'm not talking about our regular AI. And before I start, I would like to say I'm a big fan of AI. I have ChatGPT write up a lot of papers for me. To any of my former teachers that may be watching this, first of all, hello. And second off, that paper that I wrote for you a little while back that was on a super boring topic that no one should ever have to research or think or write about ever, I definitely wrote my paper. AI has been here and it's honestly helping us do a lot of things that honestly are boring, a lot of things that waste a lot of time. I think AI can be really helpful in business. I think AI can be helpful in even sometimes self-help. AI does have good, but however, there are some things about AI that are starting to come to light that I really am not a fan of. For example, AI influencers. These are artificial people on social platforms. The most famous one that I was able to find, or the one that just pops up whenever you search this topic, is an artificial intelligence that goes by the name of Ludo Maglu. This Brazilian retailer virtual influencer who is the most famous virtual influencer on Instagram currently. It's weird to me that there's that many followers because it's so obvious that it's AI. At least to me, it looks like a video game character. Some of the background on her, I don't even know. It's not a person. She originated from Brazil. She was initially designed in 2003 to be a virtual personal assistant for the retail company. She holds the first spot as one of the most successful digital influencers with 7.1 million followers on Instagram. She uses her Instagram account as a retail influencer and brand ambassador. The Brazilian sweetheart has captured the attention of big names such as Burger King, Red Bull, Adidas, Samsung, McDonald's, and many more. How are you getting an AI to sponsor your food business? These are, like, most of those, Burger King, Red Bull, McDonald's, those are all food businesses. How are you having an artificial intelligence say, this was so yummy? They cannot eat. They can't think. I don't understand what McDonald's was thinking when they said, you know what? We want her to try the food. And it's a computer screen. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. One thing that makes her so authentic and so original is her connection with her audience. And she's vocal when it comes to social awareness, expressing her opposition to domestic abuse and fake news. Another one is Lil Miquela, also on Instagram with 2.5 million followers. There's also Layla Love, 546,000 followers. Like, what is this? The list goes on and on and on. I don't understand how these people have that many followers. And this is not coming in a place from bitterness where I'm being like, I'm a real person. share with the class. No, I don't care. But it's weird to me that many people are invested in an AI personality. Why are people invested in someone that isn't real? And when I was doing more research on this, one of the main things that AI influencers are used for is for money. These brands will use these AI influencers to gain money for an easier way than hiring someone to do the job for them, like marketing, or hiring someone to be the spokesperson of their brand. Instead, they can make up this character that is an ideal form and just is very intriguing, and they use that for their brand. When I was looking up more things about AI influencers, there's different videos talking about, here's how you make your own AI influencer and you can make $6 million a second. No, but it's talking about like, here's this video and it's going to walk you through how to make an AI influencer and you can make this much money in a matter of days because you're not actually doing any of the work. You're just making someone fake. And that, I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. I don't understand it. And I'll get to why I don't understand it and why I don't like it. I was also looking up another way these AI influencers make money is not only from brand deals like Burger King and McDonald's, but it's also they are these attractive human beings. Why am I calling it it's an AI? These attractive artificial people who are the stereotypical embodiment of attractive. And one thing some of them do is you can pay like a few dollars each minute you spend chatting personally with this artificial person. And there's a very eerie thought to me behind that they're not just talking about brand deals. So, the main reason I really don't like AI running social media is because at its core, I believe social media is something to be shared with humanity, something to check in with other people. I don't have social media currently, but once I go to college, I will be downloading social media so I can stay in touch with people that I go to school with, people that I've had classes with, people that I've been in the same neighborhood with for all of my life. I want to stay in touch with those people, even if it means I'm just seeing what's going on in their life. It's a little weird to me that AI is taking the place of real people on social media. Social media is called social media. It's a place for people to be social, so that doesn't really make sense to me if it's a bunch of not real people. Don't get me wrong, I've dabbled in talking to fake people. I've dabbled in chatbots. I've dabbled in ChatGPT. I'm pretty sure the entire idea of ChatGPT as a whole was on my hear me out cake, but we'll get to that in another episode. On that note of talking about AI on social media, talking about how I believe social media should be something to be shared with humanity and staying in touch with other people, I feel like this could very quickly turn into we're using AI for any kind of intimacy. And I really don't like that. The fact that our intimacy as a human society, humanity as a whole, could turn artificial is very, very scary to me. And again, maybe I'm just some weird teenager that isn't in the times with social media, isn't in the time with my phone. Maybe I'm just a weird teenager that literally is just being weird. Maybe there are other people out there being like, you're a teenager, why aren't you so obsessed with all this new tech stuff? I don't know. All I can tell you is something feels really, really off. On the note of like artificial intimacy, I know that there's also been spread recently of artificial pictures of people, specifically in the sense of pornography. Things like pornography that are shared without the consent of someone is really not okay. For example, there was a leak of some pictures of Taylor Swift that people found out were just AI. That is very, very concerning. The fact that people are programming these AI to make pornographic pictures of celebrities that they like is really weird. It's even gotten to the point where maybe it would be these fake artificial influencers and it's their pornography. I really don't like that. I think things like that should be shared with intimacy. This is a personal opinion. I don't shame anyone for having a different opinion on this because there are so many different opinions on this, but all I will say is I feel that something that intimate and something that secret and something that humane, it's human. The fact that something like that is turning artificial is a little weird. I think AI is great, but if that's the point that AI is getting to, we should not have it. And I don't like it. I don't like it. Also, like, there's artificial dating. There's AI girlfriends. I think that's weird. The fact that AI is replacing intimacy is very, very scary to me. I'm a romantic person. I love the romance of it all. You will catch me late at night, snuggled up in bed with a cute little tea, reading a romance novel that's so dramatic. And so, like, seeing that is being replaced with people that aren't even real is really concerning to me. I know this episode was originally starting out to be like AI on social media, but I think this can be dissected into something deeper. If we're really just getting into social media personalities as AI, I feel like that's really, really concerning because it can grow and evolve to so much more than that. And it already has started to. As humanity, we need each other. You might believe that when you're talking to an AI and it's telling you things like I love you, or it's telling you things like I care about you. Sometimes that feels so real, but take a reality check because it's not. It's someone's programming. It is nothing more than programming on a computer. AI is created by people for their own gain. The reason AI influencers are created is not because someone is bored or not because someone wants to make a fun experience for someone else. It's because the people need a face for their business. It's because someone needs to make some quick cash. That's why I don't like AI on social media, because I think social media should be a better place. I know most social media isn't a good place, and there's a lot of weird stuff that happens on social media. But as much weird happens, I feel like all that weird stuff should be strictly from humans. Not only that, but AI also gives us unrealistic expectation of ideals. You can program AI to look, sound, act like anything. And in reality, all humans have flaws and no one is perfect. So making a perfect human is really dangerous, especially for younger generations. If we are growing our younger generations on people that have been programmed to have little to absolutely no mistakes whatsoever and to be absolutely ideal, I think, first of all, that's going to make more self-image concerns for future generations if they're seeing AI that's perfect, and they could start comparing that to real people. And also, I think it gives a fake idea of what real love is. I think it gives a fake idea of what real intimacy is, and I think it gives a fake idea of what a real mind is and what that's capable of. AI does not love you. AI does not know you. As much as you might think when you're going back to that chatbot, or you're going back to this influencer that gave you a shout out one time, that AI does not know who you are. The person who made that AI does not know who you are. And there's something really scary about that some people are getting so invested in these AIs. And I feel like we all need to take a quick little reality check. Going back to strictly AI on social media, I don't think AI should be on social media. And that's the opinion of a 16-year-old teenage girl who wishes she was on social media sometimes. The kind of teenagers that are screenagers, always attached to that phone, right? So I would love to hear other people's thoughts on this. It's just hard for me to comprehend because I feel like even if people are just using these AI personalities as the face of their business, and this goes so much deeper and like, oh, AI is gonna take over the world. I don't think I believe that. I don't believe in the fact that AI is going to grow arms and legs and rule the world and we are all going to become a slave to AI. However, I do believe emotionally that is something very possible that could happen. My personal teenage girl opinion is keep AI off of social media. I think AI is great for things that we really don't have the time to do. Maybe you need information for something. Sometimes I look up my podcast episodes and researching takes a super long time. Or I need a book review. Or maybe I need some quick little advice. Whatever. I don't think AI should become big enough where we're relying on it for everything. I think things like sometimes even marketing I feel like if you want to get to a point where you have a successful business, I feel like it's so much more meaningful if you really work to get there. And I feel like having AI do that for you is a little lazy. I'm sorry. But that's just an average teenage girl's opinion on that. I think AI shouldn't be on social media, and that goes so much deeper. And maybe I'll do another episode on AI because I've done lots of research about it, and it's just something about AI makes me feel a little off. I don't know how else to say it. Specifically, AI in social situations like that. I think that's everything. I'm sorry I'm alone again. Sometimes talking with people is hard, and so I like to be by myself. Sometimes just inviting people to come on is scary. I have friends that'll be like, please, I want to come do it. And I'm like, I am trying to get episodes out. School is slowly digging away at my will to live. Jokes. Kind of. And so I'm trying to find the time to film, and sometimes it's really hard when I have finals. Finals are starting to come up. I also want to have a teenage experience where I'm not always worried about filming stuff. So please bear with me if I have a week or a span of a few weeks where I don't post anything. I am trying my best because I do enjoy doing this, but I also want to be able to have a fun experience with life that isn't just my social media presence. To my 12 people that regularly watch. To those 12 people that are regularly coming back, leaving comments, liking my videos, I know who you are, and I love you so much. And I'm so glad that you like supporting me and like hearing me up. And I think that's all for today. All right, bye. I'll see you all maybe next Monday if there's no finals.